You've been told that Valhalla is the ultimate reward, a Viking heaven for the brave. But the truth, Valhalla isn't paradise. It's a death sentence. It's a brutal draft war that cannot be won. For the Norse, the afterlife wasn't up there. It was here on the soul. This is why the afterlife for the Norse was localized. Entire families thought that when they died, they all went to a mountain. The modern myth is seductive, but the truth teaches us another lesson. Let's look at the source. In Old Norse, it's Valhalla, the hall of the slain. To the Vikings, it wasn't heaven. It was a cosmic mirror of their real-world mead halls. Think of it as a military barracks that never sleeps. It's described as a fortress thatched with golden shields. But here's the reality. Odin wasn't running a charity. He was building a private army for Ragnarok. Odin knows exactly how he's going to die and how he will be swallowed up by the Fenrir wolf. Everything that Odin has done so far is a way to try to escape the inevitable, from sacrificing his own eye to hanging himself on the Yggdrasil. Valhalla wasn't a reward. It was a job you probably didn't want. But according to the Poetic Edda, Freya chooses half the slain every single day to live in her realm, Folkvanger, the people's field. While Odin took the officers to his hall, Freya took the people to this meadow. It suggests a balance. For many, it was about finding peace in a beautiful open landscape, just like this one. So why do we only hear about Valhalla today? You can blame Snorri Sturluson, a 13th century Christian politician. He took these fluid oral myths and tried to make them look like a Bible. He painted Valhalla as heaven for the good and hell as hell for the weak. It was an artificial rewrite of a much more beautiful, messy reality. To understand the Norse cosmos, you have to understand the architecture, and that it's an undeniable, inescapable fate. The real Viking afterlife wasn't about where you were going. It was about the legacy you left behind. It was the reflection of a harsh, beautiful world where the dead were never too far away. So, which afterlife would you choose? The feasting hall of the Allfather? The quiet meadow of the goddess? Let me know in the comments. Hit subscribe. Join me on this pilgrimage of knowledge. We live in a world that still tells us to chase the hollow glory of the Allfather. We're conditioned to bleed ourselves dry for a system that will replace us before our bodies are cold. We're told to look up. But the Norse knew better. Your legacy isn't written in some ledger in Asgard. It's physically present in the soil, the stone, and the people that you leave behind. You shouldn't abandon your people for a war that's unwinnable. You pour your life into the foundation of your community. So when you're gone, you become the very mountain that shields them. Let's find out what it means to be a pillar and not a pawn. So what about everybody else? What about the overwhelming majority of the Norse that didn't die by the blade? The ones that died of winter sickness, or childbirth, a farming accident, or simply old age. Did they fail? Pop culture, heavily influenced by later Christian writers, would have you believe that they were banished to a miserable frozen hell of the suffering. But Helheim isn't a place of torture. Just a shadowy, quiet continuation of life. You ate, you sleep, and you see your grandparents. Think about the reality of the Viking Age. For a society that lived through brutal, freezing Scandinavian winters, sailing treacherous waters, and I know we've all seen those videos of the big cargo ships in the North Sea, and also enduring back-breaking agriculture, and this was just to put food on the table. An afterlife where you went to just rest. It wasn't punishment, it was a profound relief. The ruler, the goddess Hel, doesn't torture you. She's just offering you a bed. The Norse understood that surviving this harsh world to a ripe old age, that was a victory. It was a victory deserving of peace. I'm still planning my travels to Norway and Iceland to walk these very sites, the mountains, the mounds, and the halls, to connect with the physical roots of all these philosophies. I want to walk the fields of the slain, see if these ancient echoes still hold weight for us today. In the meantime, check out this video where I talk about the conversion of so many people from Christianity to heathenism.